team building is absolutely essential to anything that you do in real estate. It's important as a realtor, it's important as an investor, it's important in property management. So I have a piece of my team here today. This is Tony DePries with Reese Property Management. He is a fantastic property manager, as well as a quite hilarious fellow.
Thank you, Kristiin.
You're welcome. So I enjoy his company, just like you hear me talk about with all of my team. They're people that are good at what they do, they're smart, but they're also so pleasant to be around. It's important to work with people that you like. So here's Tony to share with you some of the things that you need to know about property management. So I will admit that I used to manage all of my own properties, and I about gave myself a heart attack doing it. And I've decided that it's just really not worth it because I'd like to have a real life. So I don't want my properties to own me. I want to own the properties, and I know that that's something that you provide owners of properties is a lifestyle. So can you tell us, what do you take away from them so that they can then gain sanity and time and more fun in their life than just going and knocking on doors, collecting rent, getting phone calls in the middle of the night, etc.
So I think I told you the story previously. So we live in this house, and there's quite a significant slope in our front yard, and we had it covered in mulch when we bought the house a year ago, and the mulch goes away and floats away, it blows away, I don't know, maybe it just disintegrates. Anyway, I decided that I would replace the mulch. How hard can that be? This is like, you just buy a few bags of mulch and you throw it on the ground, right? Right. And so that's what I thought. So I then undertook, and I rented a truck, and I went to Home Depot, and I put 120 cubic feet of mulch in the truck. What I omitted to tell you is that I lifted 120 cubic feet of mulch from the shelf at Home Depot and placed it on one of these big trolleys. I pushed it out, bumped into people, I mean, it was an absolute nightmare. It's a month later, my back is still not right. It was an absolute disaster. Never again will I ever do mulch again. And that I liken that to property management. It's like, if you look at property management from the outside, it's a piece of cake. And it's not rocket science. It's not a complex thing. But when you actually get down to doing it, all of a sudden you realize that the dude who sprays the mulch on your property has got a lot of experience. He's got a lot of tools. He's got a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Facilities at his disposal to deliver something to you in a much more easily absorbable way and digestible way than doing it yourself. And it's absolutely the same in property management. And I just want to tell you, she was killing herself laughing about my sore back, just putting it out there.
I've had my own painful experiences in life, but one of them, when I really learned to love property management, and this is just one story, but I had a duplex, and the tenants on the top had a dog, the tenants on the bottom had a dog, and I got a call at about 1 o'clock in the morning because the dogs were fighting. Now, if I had previously met Tony and employed his services, guess who would never have gotten woken up at 1 o'clock in the morning about fighting dogs? That would have been me. That's just one little thing. I also had a situation where at a property I rented to a mom and dad, and they had 2 kids, so 4 people on the lease. And it specifically said in the lease that there were to be no other sublets, so no other tenants in there. And I got a call at about 11 o'clock at night from my investor, and she said, "Is that our house on the news?" And I said, "I don't know, let me look." And so sure enough, that was our house. And then I got a call about 5 minutes later from the fire chief, and he informed me that they had just taken 12 people to the hospital in 4 different ambulances. And guess who would have not gotten that phone call at 11 o'clock at night? Me. So if you don't want to have that exciting of a life, but you'd like your life to run a little smoother, and you pay that management fee, whatever it is, and they handle all those headaches, and they have rules in place about what hours You can call what constitutes an emergency, all sorts of fun things like breaking leases. That's what they do for you. They take care of your headaches so that you can not have so many of them. And I feel like that's where you guys are worth the money, because you have systems in place that I don't have. And you know a lot of the things that don't work, so that then you tweak those systems so that they do work and they run smoothly.
Exactly.
So I think if you guys want to learn how to be landlords, have at it. I wish you the best of luck. But if you want to be investors and you really want to have a broad portfolio that brings in cash flow, and you pay just a percentage of that for somebody else to manage the headaches and use their systems they have developed over years and years of experience to manage your properties, and then you get the bulk of the money, you get to take that money and enjoy life, save some of it for a down payment maybe on your next property, and not only are you getting the cash flow, then you're getting the equity on the other property. So think long term. Think about maximizing your returns, and using a property management company is a really smart way to start on that path of being an investor, not a landlord. I love Tony. I love what he does. You guys should give him a call if you have any properties at all, and we will work to get him expanded into your state if you need him in a state where he doesn't already have a company. Good luck, you guys, and be wise with what you do with your properties.
See ya.